She slammed the opposition for their double standards and hypocrisy on the farm laws, reached out to the farmers once again on how beneficial these farm laws are for them, and in fact emphasized on having a dialogue, on continuing that process of dialogue with the farmers. Let's open this up and go across to our guests. We're joined by Sanju Verma, National Spokesperson of the BJP, Dr. M.J. Khan, Chairman of India Chamber of Food and Agriculture, Manoj Kaka, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, and Anuj Arora, political analyst. Good evening to all of you. Let me first go across to Dr. Khan. Dr. Khan, I hope you were able to hear what the finance minister said. If not, I have just given a gist of what she said, reaching out to the farmers and slamming the opposition. How do you think is the government going to really find a solution and end this deadlock?
There are two sets of farmers. One, the MSP seeking farmers or MSP accessing farmers from Green Revolution Belt who are protesting today. The 92% farmers who are not able to access the MSP and they are not protesting. In fact, they have been looking for benefits out of these three acts. So any negotiation on that must keep the interest of all the farmers from all over the country of growing every other crop. It is not only wheat and rice growing farmers from these three states. So these legislations that we have been demanding for a long time, in fact, all the experts group last 20 years that I have been leading from the front, seeking the market reform, the reason, commodity after commodity in the last 10 years or 15 years, India has become either self-sufficient or surplus. Therefore, what we needed was the market reform so that more investments, more partnerships, more processing and supply chain and value chain development and trade to open up to benefit all, primarily the primary stakeholder, that is farmer. So today, somewhere I would agree that there was a communication gap which led to little trust gap and leading to apprehensions and agitations.
Okay.
Initially, if you look at, the farmers were flexible with two demands. Government was busy in explaining the benefits of this legislation, but now the government is flexible, farmers are becoming more and more rigid. So I think the way cannot be found out by sticking to the demand that you must repeal these acts.
You know, I think you've summed it up really well from when the protest started to what stage it is at this point in time. Sir, I'll come back to you. As far as the government reaching out to the farmers earlier is concerned, I'll take a counter or rather clarification from Sanju Verma. But before that, since you also spoke about the assurance that the farmers were seeking on MSP, Anuj Arora, the government is ready to give that. The government in its draft proposal has said, we're ready to weave it into the law. There's one more fear. Dr. Khan, you rightly spoke about how initially there were just two demands, one concerning the MSP, one concerning the APMC Act. The government issued clarifications on that, ready to give it in written as well, include that as an amendment. The other fear is that of the increasing role of the private players. Many say that ultimately what will happen is that the farmers would be at the mercy of the corporates. You being the chairman of the Indian Chamber of Food and Agriculture, how do you see that?
No, I think let me clarify this, because corporates and farmers, there is no conflict. In fact, if you look at traditionally, if there were no fertilizer companies, do you think we could have got the kind of production we have got? If there were no crop protection companies, could we have saved the crops from the pests? If there were no tractor companies, could we have got the efficiency? So there is a complementarity. In fact, more the corporates, more the choices, more the options, more the efficiency in agriculture. And therefore, what we have been doing so far was the production-centric mindset, in fact, deficit. So therefore, a deficit mindset. So maximizing the production was the only thing that we were thinking in agriculture, either in education or in research or in policy making. But today, the situation is that we needed actions on the market side.
Okay.
To connect the farmers better with the markets and to connect the farmers not only with the national market through ENAM and making it one nation, one market, but also through the global markets. Look at the performance of the agriculture sector during the COVID period.
All right.
24% growth in that quarter in the agriculture exports.
Okay.
3.4% growth in agriculture, never before.
Okay, you're presenting some statistics, and Anuj Arora, Dr. Khan has explained to us brilliantly how this would definitely be beneficial to the farmers. Now, since